Congrats on being one of the few individuals ready to make a better step for their financial future. Today, I'm going to show you the exact steps I would take to start an Airbnb business. I know these steps work because these are the exact steps that I took and take currently to run a profitable Airbnb business that I'm doing about 45 to 50,000 every single month with Airbnb. Now, when starting an Airbnb business, you need to know it is expensive. Wait, don't click off just yet. I'm going to show you how to do it with little to no money of your own personal capital. And if you follow these exact steps that I'm going to lay out for you in this video, you should be able to land your first property in the next 30 to 90 days. Now, my name is Danish Azim. I run an Airbnb business since 2022, and right now, my business generates anywhere from 45 to 50,000 every single month consistently. Running this kind of business has allowed me to regain my kind of future that I actually want and enjoy the things that I actually want to go out and do and just have total, complete freedom. It's allowed me to literally live a life of freedom, do whatever I want, travel the world, do other cool things, give back to my parents, and other things that I hope that you can also do if you decide to build a proper Airbnb business. I also run a successful coaching business and have helped dozens of people hit Airbnb superhosts and learn how to build a proper Airbnb business. In fact, I've helped my student right here get his first property within his first 30 to 60 days working with me.
I saw Donish killing it in Airbnb, decided to take some of my funding, get involved, get a property. And from there, I've really just been scaling and taking things to the next level with my investments.
Now, here's the exact process on how you can actually start an Airbnb business and the 4 crucial steps that I would take if you're starting off. Number 1, you want to create an LLC. You can simply create an LLC for less than a couple $100 and go do it from a website like InkFile, LegalZoom, Zen Business. There's different websites that you can use and go create an LLC for less than a couple $100. The next thing you'll want to go do is get an EIN number, which you can go do it for free from irs.gov, and that's going to be your social security number for your business. After that, you want to go open up a business checking account, preferably probably with Chase or Bank of America. After that is where you want to go and apply for business 0% credit cards. That's how you're going to be able to leverage 0% money, other people's money, like the banks, and use that to start up your first few properties with this kind of business. So you don't have to actually use your own money. The second step, very crucial, is you want to start researching and analyzing profitable deals. If you don't know how to research and analyze deals or get into the wrong property, it's going to kill your Airbnb business. So what I would do here is go on websites like Zillow, find nice looking properties in the right areas, preferably where maybe you already reside in, or a popular city like Miami, Dallas, Nashville, Chicago. These are some very popular tourist cities. Get around the right area, start looking for nice looking properties for a decent rent. I recommend beginners starting to get a property for their rent anywhere typically from $1,500 to $3,000 for the rent price. After that, you want to start analyzing those deals on a website called AirDNA. Now, here's the thing. You have to learn how to use AirDNA properly, which is a tool to analyze the market and really understand and review and analyze deals so you can understand if a property that you're potentially going to get into is actually going to make you profit. It's going to actually be profitable. So you want to get AirDNA, you can get it for a couple $100, and you can start now using that tool to review and analyze deals from properties that you're finding on Zillow. The next thing you want to do is you want to reach out to those landlords or property managers or whoever it is, leasing agents, and reach out to those people who own the property and have a proper professional script on why they should allow you to sublease their property and list it as an Airbnb, and you being able to list it as a short-term rental and use Airbnb as a platform. So you have to learn how to actually pitch these landlords the proper way. The next thing you will do is after you get a yes and you've analyzed the deal and the numbers make sense, typically what you want to aim for is making 2x the rent. So if you pay somewhere, you're getting into a property, if the rent costs $2,000, you have to analyze the deal and are there other properties like that making about $4,000 a month in revenue. If you're getting into a property where the rent's $3,000, you want to be able to make about $6,000 a month. You get into a property where your rent's very cheap, $1,200, you want to be making about $2,400 a month. Typically, you want to aim for a 2x to make sense that that deal is going to be profitable and it's going to make you money every single month. Once you have gotten a yes from the landlord for doing subleasing and being able to list their property as a short-term rental, the next thing you want to do is you want to go furnish the property and get it staged up correctly for pictures. So with furniture, the best way to do this is you want to order furniture off websites like Amazon, Wayfair, Walmart. You can use Facebook Marketplace if you go to do it locally. And then you want to hire your team members, which is going to consist of furniture builders. It's going to consist of a professional photographer. It's going to consist of handyman, and it's going to consist of a cleaner. Now, your most important person in your business, once it's up and running, is going to be your cleaner. They're almost like your property manager. You don't need a property manager when running a business until you're scaled up very big. Now, once you hire your team and you've got all the furniture, you'll have a furniture builder get everything built out. Should usually take, depending on the property, anywhere from 2 to 4 days. Once you have everything built out, you want to have your cleaner come clean the property, stage up the property so it's ready for nice pictures, hire a professional photographer. And I'm going to give you guys a secret. The best place to go hire these people is going to be from a website called Thumbtack. You can hire professional furniture builders, photographers, all that kind of stuff from a website called Thumbtack. Once you have the property finished and staged up, you're going to get your photographer to come in, snap professional photos, get you the photos back in the next 24 to 48 hours. The next important step here is to make a professional listing on your Airbnb hosting profile for that property. So you'll set up a listing, descriptions, titles, cleaner fees. You're going to set that up. You're going to set up your automation messages, and then you're going to also set up the automated pricing. You can use a tool I would recommend is called PriceLabs. It's about $20 to $30 a month, but it's super useful to price your unit correctly. Once you've done that, and now you have your listing organized, made it look nice, boom, go to sleep. The next day, if you priced your unit correctly, you're likely going to wake up to having some bookings that came in for your property. Now, when you do get bookings coming in, you should have already automated the messages for check-in instructions, booking confirmations, checkout details, reviews, different things like that should be automated. You don't need to manually send out these messages. And then once you have that in place, you're going to service your customer. A lot of your customer service just has to do with good communication and having very clear instructions for your guests to have a good time at the property and just make everything very smooth. Now, if they ask questions or they have, any thoughts or any concerns, you want to be able to address your guest issues right away. You do not want to respond every 12 hours to a guest issue. You want to be responding within 5 to 20 minutes. That's the best way to do it. The next step is you want to extract 5-star reviews. As long as you have a good listing, the guests enjoy their time, you have good customer service, just good communication, they're very likely to leave you a 5-star review. Now, once you have the 5-star review, awesome, perfect. Now you have a listing that's up and running, you're getting booked out, you're getting good reviews. Now you have an automated business. Every unit that you have should only take you 1 to maybe 2 hours a week to manage that property. That's what I've been able to do. That's what I've been able to teach all my students to do. It's not complicated. Now that you have one property up and running successful, you simply want to rinse and repeat this process to go pick up another property until you scale to maybe 5 properties, 10 properties, 15 properties, whatever your goals and desires are. You want to be able to scale the business, because with one Airbnb arbitrage unit, you're most likely going to profit, depending on the property, probably about $1,000 to $3,000 a month. So one property is not going to probably change your life, but if you learn how to do one property correctly, you learn how to get the funding, you learn how to research and analyze the deal, you learn how to make a good listing, you learn how to price a unit, you learn how to attract good reviews. Once you have these things in place and you're making profit on one property, you can rinse and repeat that same process and do it with more properties. Now imagine you have 5 properties making you $1,000 to $3,000 a month, $5,000 to $15,000 every single month on autopilot. You could go live your best life. You could have the freedom to travel. You could do a lot of things that maybe you have dreams and desires. The whole goal of this business should be learn the business correctly and then go out and automate majority of it, scale it, and then go live your best life while you have the automations, delegations, and teams in place for this kind of business. So now you should know exactly how you can go from making $0 a month with the Airbnb business to making an extra $5,000 to $15,000 a month with this kind of business. Now, hopefully this works out for you. You can take this information and actually start applying it. Just know that if you go out and do this by yourself, there's probably a few issues that you're going to run into while you're pursuing this Airbnb journey. For example, you might run into funding issues if you don't know a lot about credit. You might run into issues not knowing how to actually research and analyze a deal that you're looking to get into. Another big issue might be you don't know how to actually pitch a landlord correctly. You don't know how to have the right verbiage to actually reach out to these landlords where they will actually say yes to you. You might run into issues on how to actually hire the right teams in place, how to actually furnish a property correctly, correctly, how to actually make good listings in place, maybe knowing how to actually price the units correctly and use all these automation softwares. That way you have a proper listing sync, everything is going smoothly. You might have issues on how to actually have a good customer service where you can actually track good reviews. Now, you can take all the information that I taught in this video and literally go apply it, because that's literally the whole blueprint that's allowed me to make 45 to 50,000 a month currently with my business. And I've taught dozens of people to hit Superhost on Airbnb and actually have successful Airbnb properties. Now, if you want to avoid all that pain and not have to guesswork your way through getting your first property, or even how to make your first 10,000 with Airbnb, click the link in the bio, fill out the form, apply to get my one-on-one coaching. I'll reach out to you. We'll see if it's a good fit, and hopefully we can work together and actually help you scale a business and avoid you to make all the pitfalls and mistakes if you were to go through the journey alone.